All right. Hello and welcome to the Mind Blowing Happiness Circle. My name is Trish Igel Roberts. And our sequence for today, we're going to start with a guided meditation. Today is actually Thanksgiving Day, so we're going to do a meditation on gratitude. And then we're going to go into a little bit of breath work. We're going to do little bit of a mindset lesson and some goal setting around that topic, gratitude or whatever else maybe comes up for you. And then we'll close out the session with some tapping. Along the way, I will share with you some offers that I have available for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, go ahead and rub your hands together. You should be in a comfortable seat, either sitting on the floor, or if you're sitting in a chair, it's nice to have your feet on the floor. If you are able to take your shoes off, that's even better. It'll help you ground better to the floor beneath you. And however you're sitting, you want to sit straight up so the spine is in alignment. So go ahead, rub those palms together. And then take your right hand, place it on your heart. Take your left hand, place it on your belly button. And I just want you to check in with yourself. So we talked a little bit about being grounded. Just check in with yourself. This is the start of the holiday season for a lot of folks. Do you feel grounded? For me on the floor, I feel really grounded through the base of my spine into the earth beneath me. I'm actually sitting on a cushion, which I recommend if you're on the floor. But if you're sitting in a chair, you might notice that sense of grounding through the soles of your feet, particularly if you are not wearing shoes. So just check in with your body. When you feel grounded, you feel safe, you feel stable, not just physically, but emotionally. You feel balanced, both physically and emotionally. So check in there with the base of your spine, the sole of your feet, and then check in with the palms of your hands. So notice your heartbeat. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. And see if you detect any particularly energy there. Is it a heavy heartbeat, a slow heartbeat, a fluttering? Does it feel healthy to you? Does it feel consistent? And then check the breath. Is your belly rising and falling? Is there a rhythm? Are the breaths long or short? Just check in. How are we doing? How are we doing today? And then we're going to take 3 breaths together as a community. So inhale through your nose, let your belly fill. And then exhale with a sigh. Make some noise. Take up some space. Do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Let the belly fill. And then get loud. Take up some space. Make some noise. And that third one, inhale through the nose. Let the belly fill. And make some noise. Release that. Go ahead. Release the palms to the knees. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. And from here, we're going to move into our meditation. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that our body is relaxed. So we've gotten part of the way there by releasing those breaths, by checking in, seeing how we feel. Now I'm going to guide you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet to just make sure the body is relaxed. We tend to carry a lot of tension all through our body. So let's start first at the crown of the head. Just bring your awareness to the crown of the head. Make sure that the crown of your head is relaxed. So consciously release the crown of your head and let your body relax there. Next, bring your awareness to your eyes. Your eyes can be opened with a soft gaze in front of you, or you can close them. Either way, we tend to hold tension in and around our eyes. So see if you can relax your eyes, relax your eyelids, relax your ears. Is that possible? Relax your nose, your mouth, your jaw. Everybody's off camera, so try moving your mouth around. You might go, hmm. One technique to relax your body is to tense it up, hmm, 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 weird things like that, and then release it. So let's try that next with our shoulders. So take the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze the ears into the neck, squeeze the neck into the ears, release it. Drop the chin to the chest. It's like take a neck roll, right ear to the right shoulder, come through center, left ear to the left shoulder, bring that through, back through center, take the shoulders back up to those ears, squeeze it, release it. Release it all the way down. Next, we're going to take the hands, make a fist, make a tight fist. Tighten those bicep muscles, the forearm muscles, make them tight, tight, tight. Release it, everything down. Tighten your chest. You know how they do in the movies? The guys do one side and the other. We're not going to do that. But tighten the chest muscles and release it. Tighten the glutes. Tight, tight, tight. Release it. Let that all go. Tighten the calves. See if you can tighten your thighs and your calves without engaging the glutes again. Might be interesting, but tighten all of that and release it. Tighten your abs. Might want to bring the belly button back to the spine. Tighten the abs and release it. Point the toes. Point, 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 point your toes and release it. And then bring your awareness through your body from the crown of the head, down the face, the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the belly, the glutes, the hips, the thighs, the calves, the feet. Scan your body from head to toe. See if you notice any place where you still feel some tension. And if you do, release that. I've been sitting cross-legged for a while. I'm going to switch the crossing of my legs. So here you should feel calm and peaceful in your body. Bring your awareness to your breath. So I don't want you to change the way that you're breathing. Just notice it. We breathe in and out all day long, but rarely do we stop to notice our breath. So notice the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body right at the tip of the nostrils. Without this breath, there is no life for us, at least not on this plane. Without this breath, there is no life. And yet, usually, we don't honor our breath. So, notice that sensation right at the tip of the nostrils. As you inhale and exhale, and then follow your breath a little bit further. So you inhale past the tip of the nostril, past the back of the throat into the lungs, and then exhale that reverse journey from the lungs to the back of the throat, out the nostrils. Not changing your breath, just keeping your normal breath, the normal breath that we mostly ignore all day long. We're going to just notice it now. And then I want you to add a mantra to your breath. So on your next inhalation, say to yourself, thank. And on your next exhalation, say to yourself, you. So you're inhaling and exhaling, thank you. Inhale, thank. Exhale, you. Keeping a straight back, letting the crown of your head point towards the sky. Inhaling, thank. Exhaling, you. There's so much to be grateful for, just in something as simple as our breath. Then on your next exhalation, I want you to imagine that you're exhaling thick, dark smoke, and with it, any selfishness, any meanness, any stinginess, any lack of appreciation, any lack of gratitude, any mental busyness and lack of focus. Just exhale all of that in the aspect of thick, dark smoke, watching it leave your body, taking with it any worries, fears, and concerns, any anxiety, any physical ailments, just letting all of that go, any self-centeredness, releasing all of that, watching it leave your body. And if you find yourself tied to the mantra, that's beautiful, that's fine. So whether it stays with you or not, it leaves and it comes back, that's fine. Our mantra for today is thank you. Inhale, thank, exhale, you. Maybe it commingles with that thick, dark smoke, releasing worries, fears, selfishness, lack of appreciation, greediness, mental busyness, lack of focus. Just letting all of that go. And as it goes, you can say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Releasing anything that doesn't serve you, that's not rooted in gratitude, that's not rooted in mindfulness, that's not rooted in love and appreciation. Let it go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then on your next inhalation, imagine that you're inhaling golden radiant light through the crown of your head, and with it, love, generosity, kindness, appreciation, gratitude, faith, surrender, mental wellness, focus, clarity, and inspiration. Breathe all of that in. Thank you, thank you. Breathing in gratitude for being able to be in this space, to create time for yourself, for your healing, for your wellness. Thank you, thank you. Continue to inhale on every breath, that golden radiant light through the crown of the head, covering you in appreciation, covering you in mindfulness, covering you in love and confidence and joy. Continue with your breath. Every exhalation, releasing, releasing worries, fears, selfishness, greediness, not showing up for you, self-sabotage, mental busyness, following all those shiny lights, lack of focus, lack of clarity. Release all of that. In the aspect of that thick, dark smoke, might be getting a little lighter. Releasing anything that you do not desire in your heart and in your mind. Physical ailments, release them and let them go. And on your next breath, go ahead and inhale that beautiful golden light through the crown of your head. Let that light settle right in your heart, so right at the middle of your chest, at your heart center. Let that flow of energy bring inspiration and kindness and confidence, appreciation, gratitude, love, peace, joy. Breathe all of that in, that inspiration, that showing up for yourself so that you can be a light to others. Let that light fill you up so much that you emanate that light. Anyone who comes into your presence will feel that beautiful energy of confidence, love, appreciation. Give yourself a few moments here. Just allow your light to glow. Allow it to emanate. We are thankful. We are thankful for our light. We are thankful for our bodies, our beautiful bodies. We're thankful for our minds, our powerful, creative, amazing minds. Just take a few moments here and let that light glow, let it shine. And then gently relax your concentration, relax your visualization. If your eyes were closed, you can open them slowly. And we're going to just take a minute with pen and paper, or if you used your smartphone, however you like to take notes. Writing is best, but any technique is better than none. So just take a minute here and make a note of how you felt during your meditation. Okay, so you're just about halfway through. Take another 30 seconds or so and just make a note of anything that stood out for you during that experience. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go into is a little bit of breath work and some intention setting. So you've had the experience of this meditation that's hopefully allowed you to open up a bit to gratitude for the day. Um, so I want you to think about a one-word intention that you could set for this practice or maybe for the whole day. The word, it could be gratitude, it could be just wanting to focus on gratitude for the day. Today's a great day to do it, or it could be something else. So let's go ahead, rub our hands together. Let's take the right hand to the heart, and then we're going to take the left hand and cover the right hand. And I want you to think about what that one word looks like for you. And if more than one word comes up, it's okay. It's just we don't want to get caught up in long passages. For me, I think my one word for today feels like um, connection. That's the word that's come up for me. That today's a day that I want to focus on connection. So, whatever that one word that is that comes up for you, I want you to just mentally plant it on your heart. So, your two hands are covering your heart right now. I want you to consciously plant it on your heart. And from here, I want you to take your hands and put them on your belly. So now we're going to go into our breathing exercise. So both hands should be on your belly button. And I want us to start with some belly breathing before we go into a three-part full yogic breath. So you might have done this before, but we're going to start just inhaling. Let the belly fill. We'll do it to a count of three, and then exhale. One, two, three. Let the belly button come back to the spine. So inhale, two, three. Let the belly go out. Exhale, two, three. Let that belly button go back to the spine. So take a few breaths like that on your own. Just so you can feel the movement in your belly. Now for the next breath, we're going to take half of an inhalation. So you're going to inhale half into the belly and then half into the rib cage. So you can't see me so well on the floor, but my hands are right under my breast and my rib cage. So we're going to inhale half into the belly, half into the rib cage, and then release it through the rib cage and then through the belly. So the belly goes back to the spine. So we'll try that again. Inhale half into the belly, half into the rib cage, release half through the rib cage, the other half through the belly goes back to the spine. So that's two parts. The third part, we're going to add the chest up here, so like the clavicles. So you're going to inhale 1/3 into the belly, 1/3 into the rib cage, the full breath into the chest, the clavicles. And then when we exhale, we're going to exhale from the chest, a third, exhale from the rib cage, a third, and then the full exhalation, we're going to bring the belly back to the spine and complete it. So try that one more time with your hands, and then I'm going to let you do it on your own for, we could try for 2 minutes. So let's try the full breath together with the hands, although it's hard for you to see my hands. But so I'm starting first, inhale a third into the belly button, third into the rib cage, third into the chest. So it's a full inhale, and then exhale from the chest, a third, rib cage, and then the belly goes back to the spine. And once you got it, so you can try with your hands to start. Once you have it, you don't have to use your hands. You'll feel kind of that roll from the tummy to the ribs to the chest and back. So I'm going to start the timer, and for 2 minutes, you can practice that on your own. So inhale into the tummy, ribs, chest, exhale. That was 30 seconds. Keep going. Belly, ribs, chest, and exhale. So 3 parts on the inhalation, 3 parts on the exhalation. If you're doing it right, you'll notice your belly is kind of starting to roll, creates a little bit of a rhythm. Okay, we have about a minute left. Keep going on your own. Right. 30 more seconds left. Make sure you bring your belly button back to the spine on your exhalation. All right, that was 2 minutes. Go back to your regular breath here. See if you can find your mantra. Inhale, thank. Exhale, you. And if you'd like, you can take about 30 seconds here and jot down what your experience is like with that breathing exercise. So, breath work is a big part of yoga practice. And one of the things that I found when I first started doing breath work is it's work. It's a lot of work. Like, that was just 2 minutes, but it requires effort. So, breath work is surprisingly not as easy as you would think it would be. And there are all different kinds. Ones that I probably wouldn't do in this environment, but it can be hard to sustain for 5 minutes, or 10 minutes is a long time for most types of breath work. So if you want to jot down a couple of things there, you can. Okay, so let's get into our mindset lesson for today. And today is a mind blowing happiness circle. My business is called Mind Blowing Happiness, and I have a book called 12 Steps to Mind Blowing Happiness. But a lot of times I don't actually say what that means. What's that definition? Yes, Jerry, she's on Breath of Fire. Yeah, that's definitely that could make you work up a sweat doing that one. Um, but so I'm going to actually read the definition from the book, 12 Steps to Mind-Blowing Happiness. If you haven't seen this, I encourage everyone to get a copy of that. It's gotten some wonderful endorsements from Ian Van Zant and Jack Canfield and Marcy Shimoff. Um, but I do have an offer I'm going to share with you that would get you a copy as well. But so the definition of mind-blowing happiness is a state of deep joy and fulfillment characterized by a juicy life journey steeped in passion, purpose, and the realization of your fullest potential. Woo! Yes, I'll have some more, please. So I wanted to read that to you because sometimes people think when I talk about happiness and I'm talking about, I took vacation or I have a great cup of tea or, I have a great partner. And all those things can be fantastic and can make you happy. But the idea of mind blowing happiness is really about self actualization. It's about reaching your fullest potential, living with passion and purpose, doing all the things that you really want to do, so that there are no regrets, right? There are no regrets in your life, that you've made all the steps to become all the things that you want to become. Hmm. Okay. So if you are in Atlanta, you might have seen this hanging around. I pick mine up at Whole Foods. Sometimes they're in yoga studios or like wellness centers, those types of things. This is Natural Awakenings magazine. I'm actually a contributing editor, and I have an article in here on gratitude. So I'm going to read an excerpt for you. If you can't get the paper copy, the digital is also available on my website under articles or my link in bio. I'm going to read a little piece of the transformative power of gratitude. So it starts off, this is not to say my childhood was perfect. Growing up in the streets of Brooklyn could be rough. Tragedy hit my life and my family in many ways. I suffered a childhood assault. Two of my sisters battled sickle cell disease throughout their young lives. Mental health issues impacted our family, partly from the trauma and devastation of chronic pain and disease, and partly from the attempt to resolve the shame that results from lifelong disability and physical attack. And to that, the complexities of genetics mingled with garden variety American stress and dysfunction. Ironically, my walk with gratitude started at one of the lowest points in my life. It wasn't built on privilege, it was born of pain. The first time I heard of a gratitude journal, I was at a weekend retreat in the Georgia mountains. I was a single mom, working for far less than my worth, hanging by a thread financially, and struggling with self doubt. I spent a lot of time thinking about what wasn't working for me. That weekend, I learned to shift my focus to the good in my life: a peaceful home, supportive friends, a well adjusted teenage daughter, and my own healthy body and mind. It's been nearly a decade since that weekend retreat. 3 years later, I walked away from being an employee and became an entrepreneur in the field of personal development. Now, my gratitude practice involves daily journaling, mindfulness, meditation, and what I call a gratitude shower, a weekly ritual where I thank each of my body parts for their miraculous function as I lather up. It's so easy to forget to thank your eyes for seeing, your hands for holding, your heart for beating, and your legs for walking. Leaning into gratitude shifted my reality. I am a natural optimist and already saw my cup as half full, but gratitude helped me see my cup as overflowing. I wasn't just getting by, I was living in one of the most vibrant cities in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. I wasn't just a single mom, I was gifted with a thoughtful, intelligent, compassionate, and healthy child. I wasn't just underemployed. I was being nudged by the universe to find the courage to pursue my passion and purpose as an entrepreneur. Now I coach people professionally. One of the things that always surprises my clients is that after working together for a few months, they become measurably happier. When asked, they will say their home is nicer than it was 6 months previously, just because they've learned to appreciate it more. The power of gratitude is real. It changes the way we experience the world. It makes the sun shine brighter and the sky more blue. Because at the end of the day, perspective is reality. So I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't read the whole thing. I encourage you to take a look at that for yourself, maybe share it with some friends. We can all use more gratitude. So the next thing I'm going to do, if you want to um, copy, make a note of any comments or thoughts that you have about that, feel free to do that. And I'm going to go into, let's see, I have some journaling prompts for you. And we have about, um, hmm, we have about, I guess we have about a good 30 seconds to a minute for each one. So the first one, and I'm going to pop these in the chat, is on a scale. Well, you know what? I don't even think you need to, I don't think you need a lot of time for this. So the first one, on a scale from 1 to 10, how close are you to the definition of mind-blowing happiness? So 1 would be very far away, and 10 would be feeling like you are fully experiencing mind-blowing happiness. And I'll read that definition for you one more time so you can remember what it is. So it is a state of deep joy and fulfillment characterized by a juicy life journey steeped in passion, purpose, and the realization of your fullest potential. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose, right? So I always feel like, oh, I should give myself a 10. But then I think I always landed about a 9 for this, you know? Um, because there's still so much room for growth. But I know that if you asked me this question, say 10 years ago, um, I might have been around a 6 or a 7 or something like that. And if it was a few years before that, it would have been a different number as well. So just think about, where are you? It's a good place to kind of check in with yourself. And then I'm going to give you a couple more questions that can go into the chat so you can see them. Tony Robbins has this quote, which I just love, where he says, the quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So here are a couple of more questions, and I'll give you a minute to do the next two. So the next one is, in what ways do you practice gratitude? And how has practicing gratitude transformed your life? If it has, maybe the idea of practicing gratitude is new for you. I know at one point it was new for me. Now I have, gosh, so many ways that I have kind of semi-formal gratitude practices. So take another 30 seconds here, thinking about how do you practice gratitude and how it has transformed your life, if it has. And if not, don't worry, we got more questions. We have more journal prompts here. Um, so I'll give you two more. We could try this for maybe about another minute. So we're going to copy and pop them in the chat here. Okay. Okay. So I added a couple more questions and we have a minute with them. So what changes can you make to your relationship with gratitude? Are there any changes that you would want to make? And then what changes can you make with your pursuit of personal growth and fulfillment? Or are there any changes that you want to make? You have about 30 more seconds there. Okay, so that was a minute. And the next thing I'd like us to do is set our goal for the month ahead. So part of the reason why we do this, the last Thursday of the month, is so we can set our mindset goal for the month ahead. And the way that I like to set goals is using the SMART framework. So that's basically being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So the time bound is typically taken care of because we know we're looking at the month ahead. Um, and then we want to be very specific about what the goal is. So I put a couple of examples here. One is saying, if I feel sad, lonely, frustrated, or impatient, I'll stop and take a few long breaths and focus on what I'm grateful for. So that could be a goal. And then that's something that you can track, right? Because then you know when you're doing it and when you're not doing it. Another goal could be, I'll make a commitment to write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day and take a gratitude shower once a week. It's like my favorite thing. I hope you will all try it if you haven't already. But I'm going to give you just a minute here to think about what could be a goal that's attainable for the month ahead. We don't want to say anything too crazy, like I'm going to take a gratitude shower every day, twice a day. So see what you can think of that you think is reasonable for you. You have about 30 more seconds. All right. So, if you're enjoying the mind blowing happiness circle and you'd like access to more support for your personal growth, I want to share something with you today before we close out our practice and we do some additional um, healing work together. I want to make sure that you are aware that I'm offering a special Black Friday sale. So normally when I work with clients, I recommend a minimum of 6 months of coaching in order to see kind of those big shifts that people want to obtain in their lives. However, I realize many people don't even know what coaching is. They're not familiar with the power of coaching. So I created a special 14-day life mastery. I call it a starter kit. So you can sample what it feels like to be coached and to experience some of that transformation in your life. I cannot tell you how much my life has completely transformed and how much I have personally invested in my own coaching and my own mentors. So, this particular program that I'm sharing with you today is a 14-day package. So, it includes 2 hours of coaching from a master's certified life coach, yours truly. And, and you will also get a 21-point assessment to check in on your benchmarks. You will get a digital copy of the Amazon bestseller, 12 Steps to Mind-Blowing Happiness, which I read a little bit from before. And you get a personalized 90-day blueprint for success created just for you by me. So the promotion for Black Friday is from now until December 7th. You can access this package with an extra bonus session. So my sessions are $250 each. So you're getting an extra $250 in value. And the full package price would normally be valued at $750. So I'm offering it from now to December 7th for just $499. So I encourage you guys to take advantage of it. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me to, get your questions answered about it. I'm going to put that in the chat for you. So you can use it, or you can also, here, let me put this in here. You can also just reach out to me. If you all found your way here, then you all know how to reach me. But I'm going to pop this in the chat so you can access it. I encourage you, if you're even just thinking about it, to at least schedule the time so we can have a conversation. So all those details are there. And the next thing, let's see, we've got 5 minutes left for one of my favorite things to do. We are going to do some EFT tapping. So if you have not done that before, you are in for a treat. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it accesses acupressure points in our body in a really simple and accessible way. So what we're going to do, again, come to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to recross my legs because I'm on the floor. And every now and then I'm like, ooh, I need to switch this leg over this way. All right, so I'm in a comfortable seat. I hope you are too. And the way that we're going to start, we're first going to think about something that's bothering us. So usually, okay, Jerry. So usually when we do meditation practices, we tend to not want to think about what's bothering us. With EFT, I want you to think about what's bothering you. So whether it's financial or your boss or whatever that looks like, bring that to the forefront. And I'm going to start with my right hand. So I'm going to take the four fingers from the right hand here to the fatty part on the left hand below the pinky here. And we're going to just start tapping and thinking about this thing that's bothering us. Two fingers, middle finger and index finger, we're going to take to the bony part inside the brow and tap, tap, tap. Again, we're thinking about anything that's bothering us. Two fingers to the outside of the brow here on the bone, tap. I want you to think about that thing that's bothering you. Two fingers under the eyes at the bone right under the eye, tap, tap, tap. And breathe. I'm grounded and safe in my body. So here's where we're switching that thought. Right hand, two fingers under the nose, tap. I'm grounded and safe in my body. Two fingers under the lower lip. I'm grounded and safe in my body. Right hand, we're going to take the four fingers under the armpit, tap. I'm grounded and safe in my body. All five fingers to the chest. I'm grounded and safe in my body. 5 fingers to the crown of the head, grounded and safe in my body. Bring your palms down. We're going to run through this one more time. This time, instead of starting with the right hand, we're going to start with the left, 4 fingers to the fatty flesh. And the left hand, tap, tap, tap. You can think about the thing that bothers you. 2 fingers inside bone, tap, tap, tap. Think about the thing that bothers you outside of the eyes. Think about that thing. And then under the eyes, we're going to release it. Tap, tap, tap. I feel grounded and safe in my body. Underneath the nose, I feel grounded and safe in my body. Underneath the lip, I feel grounded and safe in my body. Right fingers under the left fingers under the right armpit. Grounded and safe in my body. All 10 fingers to the chest. Grounded and safe in my body. Fingertips to the crown of the head. Grounded and safe in my body. And release it. Palms are up. And just breathe. Bring your palms together. We're going to close the session the same way we started. So right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Inhale through the nose. Release it with a sigh. Again, inhale. Release it with a sigh. Last one, inhale. Release it with a sigh. Bring your palms together, the center of your chest. Drop your chin. Thank you for spending this time in this space with me today. Go on and have a wonderful, wonderful day.